Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. It's still ADAORA here, and if you're yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel, you know what to do. Click on the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're not going to miss out on any videos that come out. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a part 2 to common mistakes that Korean language learners make that you should avoid. I mentioned some things that I feel you should avoid in the previous video. The first thing is to not use romanization. The second thing is to not stop at hangul. And then the third thing that I mentioned is to not bite more than you can chew and try to stay at your level and progress gradually from there. In today's video, I'm also going to be mentioning 3 things that you shouldn't do or mistakes that you should avoid. And the very first thing I'm going to be mentioning is do not use apps. I'm going to repeat it again in case you did not hear that correctly. Do not use apps. When I say do not use apps, I don't mean that you should totally stop using any apps that you're using currently, because trust me, there are fantastic apps out there. But one common mistake that Korean language learners make is to just go on Play Store and try to download any app that teaches Korean, or they'll be like searching for apps that can help you learn Korean better. Or don't do that, because there are lots of misleading apps out there. There are lots of apps that confuses you. There are lots of apps that have too many lessons that won't be really helpful for you. So what you want to do is to go online, try to look for sites that teach Korean in a way that you can understand, or maybe stick to videos, or maybe get a tutor or a teacher to teach you. When you want to make use of apps to learn Korean, you want to try to make sure that whichever app that you're using is actually going to be effective. If not, then using app is actually not a very good suggestion. Another thing we use in apps is when you want to make use of any app to learn Korean, make sure that you have gotten to a particular level that you will be able to pick the things that are correct and incorrect, because due to the fact that there are so many apps out there, there's a tendency for you to pick up words or sentences that are not going to be used properly in Korean, or they are not natural. If you're using apps, make sure that you already have a ground knowledge in Korean. If not, just try to stay away from apps as much as possible. Second thing is don't isolate yourself. Most people, when they learn Korean, especially when they are self-learning or self-studying, they just prefer to do it in their comfort zone, learn alone, try to study by themselves. Don't do that. Try to make friends that are also learning Korean or that speaks Korean and practice with them so you get better. If you don't communicate, everything that you learn will just be stuck in your head and you won't be able to use them or practice them. Try as much as possible to make friends. Maybe look around you if you can connect with people that are staying in your state, or probably people that are in your country, or maybe make foreign friends. Just practice. Just make sure that you're not doing it alone. The third thing is to not misuse honorifics. This is one of the things that actually puts Koreans off when speaking with foreigners that are learning Korean. As much as they love it when people speak Korean and they try to communicate with them, chat with them, make friends with them, there are some things that we do as Korean language learners that really doesn't make them happy, and one of the things is to misuse honorifics. I particularly noticed this thing when I started progressing my level and I was already becoming better at Korean. I had few people that sent me messages and just trying to practice, which is cool. One thing I noticed that they used to do was to misuse honorifics. There are certain ways you talk to people that you don't know at all, strangers, and there are certain ways you talk to your friends, you talk to people that are older than you are. All those things are things that make up the Korean sentences and grammar structures and all. And the moment you drop all those things because you're not Korean, it will affect you in the sense that when you do start to speak with Koreans, you won't know the difference. You won't know when to say this, when not to say this. Take for example, you go online and you try to connect with people and you meet someone that you're not sure of the person's age, whether the person is older than you are. Practically the person is a stranger to you, and in that case you wouldn't want to say annyeong, because annyeong is like what you use for people that are either your friends or younger than you are, but at that point you don't know how old the person is. So the right thing for you to say is annyeonghaseyo, which means hello in polite tone. But some people, when they realize that you're Nigerian and we are close, in the terms of being in the same country, they just go ahead to just say annyeong, like hi. Yeah, it will feel somehow, because not only am I aware of the fact that you're being casual with me, but you're kind of like giving a very rude. Yes, it applies to people that are not Koreans also, because we've learned all these things. We know the respect value there. It's just better to also have that in the language, even if you're not talking to a Korean person, because After a while, when you start speaking with Koreans and you're already used to just talking casually with anybody you meet online, when you start speaking with Koreans, you're going to make the mistakes. It's better for you to just, if you're meeting someone, as long as the person is a total stranger, it doesn't matter if the person is Korean or not, use the appropriate polite or formal sentence structures in order not to get too used to it and make the mistakes with Koreans. Don't misuse honorifics. I hope that this video has been very helpful to you, and if you're doing some of these things, try to work on them. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, and share with your friends that might also find this useful, and stay updated for more videos. Bye.